The theme of today's conference is thankfully opening up counties as the new frontier for investments and development. I couldn't concur more with the spirit and the letter of this initiative.
Kakamega's huge economic potential which has been untapped, and that is why this is the time that you want to showcase what Kakamega has. We have our investment agency which is ready to follow through all the MOUs that we are going to sign. So that it's not just a talk show, but a conference that will have outputs that can be impactful to the people of Kakamega and to the country at large.
Investment opportunities in this region are countless. We have investment potential in agriculture, especially agro-processing and value chains, tourism, blue economy, environment and climate change, infrastructure, trade, mining, health, and ICT.
I've had the privilege of traveling around this wonderful country, and I have seen the entrepreneurial spirit of the Kenyan people. Investment summits like this one are instruments in developing business opportunities and growing prosperities. Kenya is open for business. Kakamega is open for business. And this is the moment to ask yourself, if you're an investor, is there a possibility to expand into Kakamega? And I can assure you, if there is, the governor and his team will welcome you with open arms.
I believe that if it worked in Nairobi, worked in Kisumu, worked in Nakuru, worked in Mombasa, and recently in Eldoret, where they have become cities, I believe with investment, Kakamega can become a city in the Republic of Kenya.
Your Excellency, it is true that it is one of the most and effective way of animating the Kenya Kwanza bottom-up economic transformation agenda to have these investments and systematic expansion and devolution of economic activities that then bring economic exclusivity.
The symbol you see behind us is the crying stone. It is a symbol of this region, the symbol of Kakamega. But today, we are talking about investments. We cannot cry ourselves out of poverty. We must work ourselves out of poverty. That is the very strong message that we should realize as we look at the crying stones. We must stop crying. That's the truth. We must stop crying and work ourselves out of poverty.
The private sector is critical for us to realize the objectives that all of us want to see of a more competitive Africa that trades with herself. We must, as Prime Cabinet Secretary has said, we must stop crying and do more. We must trade more. I want to mention an example of what is achievable. In the area of agriculture, the African continent is a net food importer. We import over $50 billion annually worth of food from across the world. Rice, barley, wheat, grains, and yet all of these products exist here on our continent. And I will give you an example. Ukraine-Russia context causes inflationary pressures on the African continent, pushing millions and millions of Africans back into poverty because of the price of food. And yet the African continent does have the grains that are required for us as Africans to feed ourselves and to ensure food security in Africa.
Devolution commits to to ensure that our overall national profile is a faithful reflection of the status and performance of the grassroots. In any event, counties have become the proper focal point of development strategies and investment mobilization. The theme of this conference, opening up counties for investment and development, thus speaks directly to the heart and the implicit strategic agenda that we've come here to accomplish, unifying our national and county governments in the pursuit of higher productivity, greater development, and faster growth. This unity at the level of both policy and implementation strategy can be further reflected by the fact that the key investment focus areas of this conference, agri-development, value addition, and healthcare, are also strategic pillars of my government's bottom-up economic transformation agenda. I am encouraged that the leadership of Kakamega is committed to mobilizing local and foreign investment to unlock the opportunities of these sectors, as well as in social development, natural resource development, environment and climate change, so as to generate employment, reduce poverty, and propel inclusive economic growth. For this reason, I commend Governor Fernandez Barasa and the county government for remaining connected to the pulse of the grassroots and effectively projecting the development aspirations of the people of Kakamega.